Let's pretend Thanos was planning on attacking our planet, and our satellites intercepted his villainous plans. How would we communicate this global Thanos crisis message? It starts from the source. In this case, let's say a team of scientists. These scientists forward Thanos' plan to the United Nations. The story is also picked up by international news media as well as large organizations like NASA. Then the Thanos crisis message is distributed among individual nations and national news sites. Then the message is passed on to individuals. Then a game plan can be created and our heroes can be contacted on the bat phone. This is ideally how it would work. However, due to the many communications problems outlined in the Viable Underdogs podcast, here is how this message is spreading instead. The scientists have published their findings on the climate crisis, and this information is then sent on to the United Nations, which is why they signed the Paris Agreement in 2016. The communication channels that are not compromised are indicated in green. However, due to the fall of journalism, see episode 31, even at international level, journalism is struggling, which is why this communication channel is already in yellow. Individual nations sometimes debate many sustainability problems, which is why this is also circled in yellow. Already at this level of government, the communication of the crisis is compromised. And at national and local levels of journalism, it is in complete disrepair. It's not to say that all journalism at this level is compromised, but it happens enough that even legitimate, accurate news sources are often distrusted. Then, since the early 2000s, the internet and social media intercepts any messages, and it's anyone's guess what happens next. However, at this level, it is almost guaranteed that some, if not all of the info, is incomplete or just wrong. And this also causes a weird feedback loop where stories continue to get passed along between social media and news outlets, and then back to social media, and then back to news outlets, and it never really ends. We outlined an example of this in episode 42. What this means is that whatever info or crisis message that makes it to the individuals is likely incorrect. If we only focus on the communication channels that are not compromised, we get exactly what you see globally on the issue of sustainability. Consensus at international level by the United Nations, NASA, the Vatican, and international news outlets like The Guardian, and disagreement or general confusion anywhere else. You can check out episode 40 to learn more about the United Nations crisis message that was sent out over a year ago. You can also check out episode 31 for the Guardian's crisis message and episode 42 for the Vatican's crisis message.